Hi everyone, it is Wednesday, November 9th. I haven't changed my calendar yet. 2016, and this is episode 93 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host, Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's blog in my group on Ravelry or on my blog. The show notes for today's episode, I said show notes for today's blog. What? Show notes for today's episode in the Ravelry group or on my blog. I have also finally actually gone and created a Facebook group. I will link it in the show notes. I've already linked it in my Ravelry group. It's Serenova Crafts Podcast. It's a public group. You can find it on Facebook. I still need to get up some information about it, but it is up. If anybody wants to join, ask me questions, chat, whatever, it's totally fine. I'm not really restricting what you can post in the group, though I will say try to keep it knitting related. Like, I don't want to get into politics and stuff in my group. Can we just not go there, please? Yeah, so I got a few things for you today. I don't have much knitting because work is still taking most of my energy, but I do have the October prize drawing because I haven't done an episode yet in November, so October prize drawing. And I get to talk about some yarn I got because this past weekend was New England Fiber Fest, also called NEFF, or Fiber Festival of New England, also called NEFF, New England Fiber. It goes by a couple of names, but it was at the Eastern States Exhibition this past weekend, which is in West Springfield, Massachusetts. Eastern States Exhibition, also called the Big E, is a big fair that happens in like September every year, but they do open their grounds for the Fiber Festival in November. So I do have stuff to talk about. I will say it is post-election day here in the U.S., and yeah, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into politics. This is not a political podcast. I try not to take a political stance or a religious stance on social media. I did make a public Facebook post, but I don't know how to word this. I'm not happy with the winner. I didn't vote for him. I didn't want him to be our president. My only hope is that Congress won't work with him, and that the campaign promises he made will not come to fruition. Because it's genuinely a scary time right now if you are in any way a minority here in the U.S. And so I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say much else. I'm not going to continue talking about politics, but yeah, it is post-election day here in the U.S., and now we have to deal with the fallout. So anyways, yarn! I do have a couple pictures, but not much from NEFF. Did I even take some pictures at NEFF? I might not have taken pictures at NEFF. I was only there for like 2 hours because Kevin and I were going up north for the weekend, and so I have pictures of animals at NEFF. So I will put in the sheet pictures at the end. But then we went up north for the weekend, up to Madison, New Hampshire, which is about 2 hours north of here. Well, 2 hours northeast of here, because it's like 15 minutes from Maine. I'm kind of central on the New Hampshire-Mass border. I'm kind of central. Slightly skewed east, but pretty close. So we went north and east. And it's about 2 hours, 2-hour drive, because roads in New Hampshire don't go east-west or diagonally. They tend to just go north-south because we funnel people up to the mountains for tourist reasons, and we funnel them back south to go home. We don't have a lot of very good east-west roads here in the state because they weren't built that way. They were built to funnel tourists up north to look at leaves in the fall because, yay, and go skiing in the winter because we have mountains. So yeah, so I have some pictures of animals from NEFF, but I did get some things. I bought a tote, which I have right here. This was their logo for this year. Here it was, Fiber Festival of New England. This was their logo. They have their sponsors on the back, but you don't need to read those. So Northeast Youth Sheep Show sponsors on the back. Some of the names I recognize actually that were sponsors, like A Riot of Color and the Yarn Garden. Dirty Water Dye Works. Yeah, so some of these names I recognize. So a lot of people were there. Where is my thingy? Aha. My show booklet about the show. There was a lot of, I'll come back to the bag in a sec. So here it was. It was the 7th annual Fiber Festival of New England. And so there was quite a few dyers that a lot of people are familiar with there. They did have demos and things. I unfortunately wasn't there for long. But 100 Ravens was there, who I know Kate the dyer for that. A Wrinkle in Time. Some of these I've bought from before or I'm familiar with. Let's see. So there was a lot of small people there. A lot of very small dyers who are very, very regional. So Dirty Water Dye Works was there. Fiber Stash by Christy was there. Foxhill Farm, who I'm familiar with. We had, who's another name that I'm thinking people might, June Price Fiber Arts. I've used their yarn before. Katrinkles was there. She's got a big Etsy shop. Loop was there, as in Loop Bumps. Yeah, Loop was there. Mad Color Fiber Arts. Molly Girl Yarn, I got a skein from her. I know Bags by Jessalou was there. I did get a bag that I will show you guys. Sorry, I'm reading, which is why I'm looking down. I apologize. You guys can look it up on the website. I think it was up on the website, but everything was indoors, which was nice. We were inside one big barn, so that was always good. And then, yeah, so it was, oh yeah, and the I-91 shop hop is happening. That's in June. I-91 is a highway that goes up the New Hampshire-Vermont border, if you're not familiar with it. Anyways, excuse me, I'm yawning. I was up late last night following election stuff, and then I didn't sleep well, so yeah. So yeah, I got the booklet. So I bought the stuff I got. So I bought the bag. Yay, bag. And then I also got a hat, because it was actually a pretty nice hat. So it says Northeast Youth Sheep Show, but, you know, it was $5 and it supports the organization, so I'm not complaining. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all hat, but hey, a hat's a hat. It supported the organization. It was $5, right? So the first purchase I made was actually from Fiber Stash. That's the wrong one. From Fiber Stash. Because Jen, who is the Young Creative Crafter, was running her booth when I visited, and I got her Strong Toe Sock Yarn, which is 100 grams, 400 yards, in the colorway Toil and Trouble. There's the information. You can read it. There you go. Toil and Trouble. There's her logo, Fiber Stash Dye Works, and here's the color. I really liked it. It's got the black and orange, obviously, but it has a lot of other colors kind of sprinkled in. And I really liked how it looked, and I fell in love with the skein, so it came home with me. This was my first purchase of the day, other than the bag and the hat, because those I bought going in. Gonna focus, gonna refocus, come on. There we go. I manually focused it. My camera does not like focusing, it's very annoying. Why are people Skyping me? I'm trying to record a podcast. Stop Skyping me. Then I walked around. I collected lots of business cards and things like that. You know, I collected lots of business cards and other things. There's a woman who does tatting, who she actually does come down to my area, so I might actually learn how to tat. The School for American Hand Weaving is down in Connecticut, but I did get their thing anyways because I do have a loom, and I should, you know, spin more. And then, so that can wait there. So then the next thing I bought, so I bought 3 things other than the bag, was Bags by Jessalou. My Star Trek bag is from her. My Star Trek bag. Right here? Yes. My Star Trek bag! That has my sweater in it right now. It has the original Enterprise schematic on one side and the Enterprise D schematic on the other side, because I am a nerd. I got this last year at NEFF from Jessalou. And then this year, my stone cutter's in there, by the way, which I haven't touched since Rhinebeck. But I got a Hobbit, smaller one. So this is more like a soft bag. Oh, put a button in here. Hey, Stitch by Jessalou button. Woohoo. Yay, button. But I got the Hobbit bag, because this is the cover of the 75th anniversary edition of The Hobbit. And I focus again. Oh, come on. I'm just going to have to manually focus myself. And it's the same on both sides, so it's reversible. And the inside is books. Don't know how well you can see that, but the inside is books. Let me just turn it inside out for a moment, so that you can actually see the fabric on the inside. There we go. Yeah, so now you can see the books. So my mom's like, because my mom went with me, and she's like, won't that be dark down there, like in the bag? I'm like, no, because most of the yarn I use isn't terribly dark, so it'll contrast against the inside of the bag. So I got a Hobbit bag, and it's one that will, in fact, stand up. If I can balance it on my hand, it will stand up. So yay, Stitch by Jessalou for the win. I'll put the button back in there. And then lastly, the last thing I got was Molly Girl yarn, which actually I'd gotten some as a de-stash gift from a friend, but I hadn't actually bought any myself. And I was looking at her skeins and looking at the yarn, and I actually really fell in love with this speckled skein that I have. I'm just trying to stick the ends back together here. There we go. Okay. So I fell in love with this speckled skein. This is sock yarn. So it's Molly Girl yarn, her baseline base. It's fingering, it's 460 yards, so it's a light fingering. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. The colorway is called Mission Bells. Turn my autofocus back on so you guys can read that. It's Molly Girl yarn, fingering, Mission Bells. So I really like the colorway. I think it'll make very pretty socks. And I am excited to work with it because I got another skein from her, but it was a worsted weight, so it'll be nice to try her fingering. So I'm really happy about this. So then got back from NEFF, literally was at NEFF for like 2 hours. We got there at like 10, left at like, wasn't even 2 hours because it wasn't noon yet when my mom and I left because I was going up north. So my mom and I drive home from NEFF. I get home, Kevin and I like pack a couple of things up. We sprayed for bugs again because spiders keep biting me. Like my hand is a mess, right? That's my pinky. It's all swollen right now because of bug bites. I'm not a happy camper. And they don't bite him. So don't tell me it's bed bugs because it is not bed bugs because I actually went and had the bites looked at by a medical professional and said medical professional said it was not bed bugs. So don't tell me it's bed bugs because if it was bed bugs, he would be getting bitten too and he's not. Can you tell I'm worked up about this? Anyways, yeah. So we go up north, and we drove by this store on the way up, but we didn't stop because they'd already closed for the night by the time we were driving by, because we didn't get up north till like 7:30, and the store closed at 5, so I couldn't stop on the way up. But we were up there, and on our way back, they were open, and so I stopped. And the place I stopped is a store called Pattern Works, which is associated with the online, well, they're a magazine catalog, online and physical retailer who is Keepsake Quilting. Now, if you're a quilter or you sew, you've probably heard of Keepsake Quilting. They do a lot of quilt kits by mail. You can buy them online. They do have a store. It is in New Hampshire. And we were driving by them on the way home, and I went, oh my god, Keepsake Quilting. And Kevin's like, would you like to stop? And I was like, yes, please. So we stopped. So I went into Pattern Works, which is their associated yarn store, because I do have a yarn store. They're side by side. And then we went into Keepsake Quilting itself. Now, I did not get any quilting stuff or fabric because I'm not really a sewer. I don't quilt a lot. I do very minimally. I mean, I do have a sewing machine over here, but that's something else. I really should use it more, actually. But that's, you know, but I did get yarn. And actually, I didn't pay for the yarn. Kevin bought it for me as an early birthday present. But they're so cute. They tie their bags with fabric scaps from the fabric store. I just think it's the cutest thing. I mean, and this fabric's actually pretty cute, right? I mean, you know, they use the strips to tie their bag shut. It's the cutest thing. Like, seriously. So I did get some yarn they had that was on sale because I was originally planning to pay for this myself, but Kevin wasn't going to pay for it. But I did like the color. So here's Pattern Works. Here's their magazine because she put one in the bag. They have a pink needle set. But yeah, but I did get a Keepsake Quilting magazine as well. I did pick that up, but that's where I stopped. So, yarn. So the first skein that caught my eye was this one. And this is, I believe it's their brand, Fiber Spun. It's a division of Jaeger Brothers Incorporated. It's in Springvale, Maine. This is a lace weight. It's 50% wool, 50% silk. It's called their Zephyr lace. It's 50 grams. And the colorway of Cinnabar, but it is 560 yards. I'm trying to get over here is the more color accurate showing up on the screen. Like, yeah. I really liked it. And I was originally going to get this, and then I was like, no, I'll get something else. But then Kevin ended up picking this up and buying it for me. Anyways. Then the other two skeins I got that were on sale was, I normally stay away from this shade of yellow, but I actually liked it, and it doesn't make me look that bad. So, I can focus it back on me. Yes, I have a cat meowing because I'm home, so she wants attention. So this yellow isn't actually that bad on me, and I got two skeins, and this is Korea Lace in Sunflower from Peru, and it's of course their price tag is covering like the information on it, you know, and the cat's digging in stuff. Of course she is. She's a cat. Of course she's gonna make trouble, right? You know. So these two yellow ones were the on sale skeins. I'm trying to peel off their tag so that I can actually read the yarn information, like tell you what's actually in it. Okay, so it is, according to the label, after I've peeled off their price sticker, because they put barcodes on everything, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to read what it is. It is 65% alpaca, 35% tencel. So it is a 2-ply. So the company is Knit 1, Crochet 2. It's their Korea Lace base, which is 65% fine alpaca, 35% tencel. And the colorway is Sunflower. So here you go. It's looking far more green on screen than it is in real life. So that's what I got over the weekend, and that's what's going on. The only knitting I've done is on a pair of socks, which if you follow me on Instagram, you saw a progress picture because I was knitting on my lunch break yesterday, and this hat, and the hat, which I am almost done. I need to do like 2 rows, then I do the crown decreases, and it's done, and then I can put it in the mail to Maine, and the ladies will finally get the hat, and they'll be happy. So yeah, that's it. This is the longest episode I've had in a while. I might record on Monday for the next couple of weeks because I am opening on Wednesdays again. So so I might record on the 14th and the 21st instead of the 16th and the 23rd. VKNs will still happen on Thursdays as appropriate. I am going to skip the week of November 24th because it is in fact Thanksgiving here in the United States. I am lucky enough to not be working that day. However, I do have to be in at 5 a.m. on Black Friday. But I'm going to skip it because I want to spend time with my family and spend time on the holidays, so there will be no VKN on November 24th. But we will be back to being Thursday night VKNs come December, depending on my work schedule. So, I have one last thing to do. I need to do the drawing for the winner of the October thread in my Ravelry group. Where is my random number generator? I have the app installed. Where are you? There we go. Randomizers. So, I need to do 2 to 23 because there was 23 posts. I am the first one. I do not count. So I'm going to click autofocus again. I'm going to hold this up and I'm going to click the randomize button. 11. Post 11 is the winner. Post 11 is scrolly, scrolly, scrolly. Mandy Pinecone! Mandy! Let me know what you want. I see you finished the sweater. You are the winner of the draw, and congratulations. So, Mandy, congratulations on winning. There is one more thing I would like to share with you folks. I actually ordered some yarn from NEFF, and it came. I ordered their stroll fingering. This is their stroll. Yeah, their stroll fingering, and which is a sock yarn. I've kind of been on a slight sock yarn kick, and I got it in their Koi Pond colorway. So there is NEFF stroll fingering. The colorway is Koi Pond, and here it is. It's really quite pretty. I realized after I'd clicked finish on the recording, please ignore my printer. My printer is being like, hey, I'm out of ink. So I don't know what it's printing now. I just printed one page, so I don't know what it's going on about because I had to register my car this month. So I printed out a copy of that registration because, you know, it's a good thing to keep that stuff. Anyways, I've been on a bit of a sock yarn kick because I can have one skein and still be good. So I got some Koi Pond in the mail. So now that's everything. I will be hosting a VKN tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a whole bunch of notifications on the computer right now. I apologize. So yeah, VKN tomorrow night. There will not be a VKN Thanksgiving because, well, yeah, it's Thanksgiving. And I will probably record on Monday for the next couple of weeks. So we will see how far I get in knitting between now and Monday. So I hope everyone has a good week, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye!